Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. I hope all of you guys are doing well and are healthy. So today, as you read by the title, or maybe as you saw by the thumbnail, I'm gonna be doing like a freehand tutorial on swirls and some little butterflies, and yeah, I'm gonna just take you through the whole process of me doing it, also the acrylic application and everything. What you can see me doing here, I'm just cutting the tips to my desired length. These tips are from AliExpress, and they are the square tips. I will be leaving a link down below if I find them again, but yeah, this is the first time me like trying these on myself, and yeah, I don't know if they sell like shorter square tips, but for now I'm just using these and cutting them. And anyways, now I'm shaping them, and at the front I'm using a 90-degree angle to really get that straight free edge, and then the sides I'm also shaping to get more of a tapered shape and for them to be not as wide. And you can see me like making the pink one a little smaller around the top is just because these tips come in like really big sizes for some reason, and the pink, like the smallest size, did not even fit my pink nail, so I had to reshape it and kind of make it smaller. So that is the only downside of these tips. They come kind of big for as like compared to usual press-on tips and sizes, but yeah, I ended up making it work anyways. But if clients order these, it will be kind of hard with the shaping, I mean with the sizes and stuff. And yeah, for the rest of the nails, do not file around the top, so it's just, I did it just with that one because it did not fit my nail. Before you put on any acrylic or gel polish, you have to make sure to buff the surface of the tips for the product to adhere better later on. And if you're doing it on your real nails, make sure to prep your nail beds before putting on acrylic or anything like that, like you usually would. Now for the acrylic application, I go in with Second Nude from Not Polish. And here I'm showing you how I pick up my bead. So I just dab into the powder 3 times, of course after putting my brush into the monomer. This wasn't a perfect bead, but I just wanted to show you guys how I dip my brush into the powder, and then I place it just below the cuticle area and slowly work it up into the cuticle area. Well, here there's not really a cuticle area, but you know what I mean. And then I slowly work the bead down to the tip of the nail. Also, always remember to clean your brush after you're done working with the acrylic and you want to dip your brush into the monomer again, or else your monomer will get dirty and your brush will get dirty and the acrylic will get stuck in your brush and it will ruin your brush. And so now you can just see me sculpting the nail, kind of patting the acrylic in place. So I just keep patting everywhere, on the sides, on the top, and make sure to clean the sides very well so the acrylic doesn't get stuck underneath of the tip, or with the if you work on a real hand, then clean around the cuticle area. And as you can see, I always work with as many beads as I need. I don't really follow a 1 bead method or a 3 bead method. I mean, I kind of follow it, but then when I see I still need like a little bit of acrylic on the edge or anywhere where there's some like spaces that need some more acrylic, I just take a little bit and place some more acrylic. Also, a lot of you guys asked me what size brush I use, and I use a size 12 from Cakes Ink Nails. And I mean, I like the size of the brush, but it's just a little bit too big sometimes for me. Like it's really good for a encapsulating and stuff, but I might get a smaller size next time from Cakes Ink Nails. I used to have a 12 and it was a little smaller, so I thought it would come the same size, but I guess it depends on the brand. And also, if you're starting off with acrylic application, I would recommend you getting just a little bit of a smaller brush, so maybe a size 10 or even smaller, because yeah, it's just easier when you don't get as much product and just work with little and more beads instead of big beads, and then you're just overwhelmed with the big bead and it overflows, or you're not as fast at working with it yet. So that's just from my experience. After all of the acrylic is laid, I go ahead and take my e-file with a medium grit bit, and I just go around the sides and the front to really straighten out those free edges. And again, remember not to drill around the top of the press-on nails. If you're doing it on a real hand, make sure to really seal in the cuticle area with a sanding band or with the hand file. So also, if you have a lot of bulkiness, you can go on top of the nail, but since I don't really have any bulkiness, I just go around the sides and I take my hand file to go on top of the nail, if that makes sense. So as I said, for the top of the nails, I take my hand file and I just make sure it's really smooth and there are no more lumps or bumps anywhere. And I also take it to the free edge again and the side walls just to perfect that shape a little more. Now, as you can see, I took off the nail tips from the stands, and I'm just taking my hand file again to really perfect that those sidewalls and the free edge just a little more. And also when you take them off of the stands, you can see that there might still be some acrylic on the sidewalls that you didn't see before when they were on the stands. So I do recommend you guys taking them off before and just looking at them from every side. And I also do take my e-file later on to get rid of the acrylic that got stuck underneath of the nails. So as I said before, I'm taking my e-file now to get rid of those acrylic bits that got stuck underneath of the tips. And I'm taking the same bit as before, the medium bit, but I would actually recommend a sanding band or a safety bit for this step, just because you can easily cut the sidewalls and kind of ruin the shape actually. It did happen to me as well, but you know, I was just lazy. Next time I will be taking a sanding band for this, but it ended up working fine because I fixed it with a hand file later on. And yeah, just do this on a low speed as well. And here you can see me fixing it with the hand file, just straightening up those cuts that I kind of made with the e-file. Now, before you start with your art, you have to remember to buff your nails. I didn't show you guys that, but remember to buff your nails until you don't see any scratches anymore on the surface. And now I'm just starting with my art, and this blue color is mint from the brand Halo. And the brush that I'm using, the art brush, is just a brush from Amazon. I will be trying to link it, but you can use any hand like art brush like that, and just make sure it's a little long, and yeah, you just like to work with it. Now, well, you saw I didn't like that, so I'm just taking it off again. But it can happen, you know, with gel polish. It's easy to just take it off again, and maybe you can also use a cotton pad with some acetone and just rub it off. It's really easy. So I'm just kind of drawing lines with this first color where I want them to be. And you can see I'm not just yet taking too much color onto my brush. We will be doing a second coat for all of the colors, so you don't have to worry if the first coat is a little sheer. It's better to work with less product than just dumping on a bunch of whole layer of color. So yeah, we will be going in with a second coat later on. After you like the way that your first line looks, you have to make sure to cure it in the UV lamp I cured for 60 seconds, but 30 seconds would be enough. But I'm always like, yeah, the next nail is not gonna take me only 30 seconds. It does take me a while to do freehand art, since I'm just starting off to now actually practicing it. So also that's why I'm not the best at it. I don't have too many tips for you guys yet, but you know, I'm starting to really like it. So I bet you guys will see me doing more freehand art. I hope you guys like it too. But yeah, remember to cure after every coat and after every color, so the colors don't bleed into each other. And if you make a mistake with the next color, you can just wipe it off and the whole thing would not come off. So for the next color, I'm taking white gel polish, also from the brand Halo. And you also have to remember to clean your brush after changing colors, of course. I just dip my art brush in some acetone, and then I wipe it off on the towel, and then I just continue with the next color. And yeah, you guys see the thought behind this design. So basically all you do is you draw a random line across the nail with the first color, and then you follow it with the second and the third color. I'm doing 3 colors, but you can also do 2 colors, 3, 4, as many as you like. For the next color, I decided to take neon pink and mix it with some white. The color you guys see on the bottom there is not the color I ended up choosing because it was too nude for the base color, so you wouldn't even really see it popping. So I decided to go for more like a pink color, and I mixed it myself with the neon pink from Halo and the white. So yeah. Now for the little butterflies, I take some black gel polish and I just make 3 little lines, 1 longer line for the body of the butterfly and then 2 for the antennas. And as you can see, I'm also here taking really little product on top of the brush to make sure those lines come out really fine. And you can like dip into the color and then kind of give it a wipe on top of the towel or something, or like the surface your polish is on, if that makes sense. You can see I also did it there on my gloves. I hope it makes sense what I'm saying. Now for the wings of the butterfly, I start off at the top and I make a line up, like diagonally up, and then I go from the middle of the body and make like kind of a straight line and then wing it up, if that makes sense. And then for the bottom wing, I just do the same but down. It's kind of hard to explain, but you know, you can see what I'm doing. And also for the butterflies, I'm doing 2 coats. I'm not showing the second coat, but just remember to do a second coat, or maybe you're working with a gel polish that is really pigmented, then maybe you do not have to do that. But these gel polishes are not really pigmented with 1 coat, so yeah, I'm doing 2 coats also for the body and the antennas later on. A tip for you guys, if you're just now starting with like hand drawing stuff with gel polish, I recommend you guys like first drawing the design you want with a pencil and then kind of lightly erasing it, and then you can go over it with your gel polish. That's what I did the first time I did the butterflies for a client, but now this time I just wanted to try it freehand like this, and it worked well because the butterflies are really small, so it doesn't really matter if I'm doing it with a pencil or not, but it's still a good tip and a nice guideline if you guys are struggling with like freehand. Now, after the second coat of the wings, I'm just gonna outline the wings, and also I'm gonna put some more definition into the wings by adding some little lines in the center of the wings. You'll see me doing that later on. And now again with this, working with really little product with the black to create those narrow and fine lines. Here I wanted you guys to see how I remove a mistake. So I'm taking a cotton bud and dipping it into acetone and removing what I want to remove. And you can see it does not ruin the rest of the design because we did cure after every layer, so it does not take off the polish that you already cured basically. And then you can just redraw where you had a mistake. And then last but not least, for the butterflies, I'm adding some white little dots with my smallest dotting tool. And again, little product on the dotting tool and really finely dotting. I'm not giving basically any pressure. So yeah, just to give some more cute definition to those butterflies. Okay, so I couldn't decide whether to do glossy or matte, so I did some tests to see which one I like better, but I'm definitely going for the matte one because, you know, I rarely do matte and I feel like it's matte is in at the moment, so yeah, why not do it? And I'm using the matte top coat from Valentino. again, always remember to clean up the sides when you're done with your top coat. And here you can see one with the butterfly when the top coat is cured. So I have to clean it, but it looks really cute. I love it. So I'll get right back at you guys when I'm done with all of the top coats. So last but not least, I just wanted to show you guys how I apply them and how they're gonna look like in the end. So I already did push back my cuticles, and now you can just see me buff my surface of my nails to get rid of the shine, so the nails can stick on better and last longer, basically. And then I just take my glue that I also give to my clients if they order press-on nails, and I apply it to the nails, and then apply the nails with some pressure. Unfortunately, the index finger and the ring finger were a little tight on my nails, so next time I will be having to do bigger sizes for them. But you know, I still made it work. They're just a little tight. And yeah, if you watched till the end, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, like I always say. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate and ask them down below in the comments. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.